All right, Luke chapter 8, verse 5. A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell by the way. Which, remember, that's the road, the way. Remember we talked about that? The wayside. And it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. We know the fowls is the birds. Okay, so he's telling this parable, right? A sower, so a farmer, he's got seeds, going to grow a crop, whatever crop it is. He's going to sow seeds, right? So the sower went out to sow his seed, and some fell by the way. So some didn't make it on the ground, they went by the roadside, okay? And the birds came and, devoured, they ate it, okay? In verse 6, and some fell upon a rock, and as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away because it lacked moisture. Okay, so this guy just throwing the seeds everywhere. So some went by the road and some went by some rocks or rock, right? And so it wasn't able to get the moisture it needed to grow, right? So that's what he's talking about there. Okay, in verse 7, and some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. So some of the seeds he was spreading everywhere, some of it fell upon the thorns or the weeds, right? And so they grew together and it choked out the life of the seed that he was trying to produce, that he sowed. Okay. In verse 8, and other fell on good ground and sprang up and bare fruit 100-fold. And when he had said these things, he cried, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. But this is Jesus telling the parable, right? So when it says, and when he had said these things, he cried. So Jesus not cried tears. He says cry, he's loud. He said, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. That's something like that. Okay. All right, so in verse 9, and his disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable be?